D1 athletes have to commit a lot of time along with academics, like a lot of other students do, and that's a lot. So yeah, I'd say it depends how much, but I think they have a right to be paid. I mean, if the school makes money off of them, shouldn't they get some, a kickback or, some reward for the effort and time that they commit, like as well as being a student, being an athlete as well?
No, I don't think the Division I athletes should be paid. While the universities make lots of money off of the Division I programs, the players know what they're getting into signing on, and with the amounts of scholarships they're receiving and the perks of being an athlete at the school, payment would be far too much, in my opinion.
No, because in the end, you're here for school, you're not here for athletics.
Yeah, I think Division I athletes should be paid. They work really hard, it's really time consuming. Like, they could be spending that time getting an actual job, but instead they're playing and supporting their school. So they should be compensated for that work that they put into it. It's kind of like a full-time job, if more than that, actually.
No, I don't think D1 athletes should get any other kind of compensation because they get scholarships, and that's compensation enough.
All right, I do not think that Division I athletes should be paid to play the sports that they play. Professional sports take very little players from college, and a lot of them they end up sometimes don't even take out of college. I know for tennis, for instance, they don't focus on college, they take you if you're good. So as beneficial as sports are for the individual, to learn teamwork and things like that, being paid should not be the reason why you are at a school or play a sport. You should be in school to one day build a career for yourself, have that foundation. A sport's just something that you should do on the side for fun and to enjoy it.
All right, so I think that Division I athletes should be compensated for doing sports at their respective school because they are putting a lot on the line by doing sports. I think the risk of injury as well as not being able to play a sport that you love is a very big risk, and I think therefore these schools should step up and compensate the players.
I mean, I don't think so. I'm not getting paid. I'm an actor here at UMW, and if I can't get paid for doing, what is essentially professional theater, I don't think a student athlete who is essentially doing professional athleting, should get paid. They're getting an education. A lot of times they're getting scholarships or free runs based on their sports performance. So I think they're getting compensated. I don't think they need to be being paid.
Again, with the amount of work they put in, yeah, it's an expensive amount, but most of these kids have been training for a long time, and it's what they want to do. They're not doing it for the money or the glory. Well, they may have, further down the line, like getting into the NFL, but college shouldn't be like an NFL training ground, as college is generally based for academics.
No, because everyone's working really hard. You're not here to be making money for playing a sport. You're here to be learning and getting prepared for the workforce. Even if athletics is something you want to do later in life, that's not what college is for.
Well, after watching that and hearing about that, I didn't really think about how much effort they put in, how much time they put into the school, and the school wouldn't get as much money if it wasn't for them. So I guess it makes sense for them to get compensated somewhat other than their scholarships.
My opinion still wouldn't change for a few reasons. One, I feel like a sport is something you do for yourself, not for school, not for money. I think it should be something you do for fun. Even professional athletes, I feel like there has to be a level of you wanting to actually play that sport, not because it's a job. You should have that level of intensity and passion for the sport.
I don't think my opinion changes. As an actor here at UMW, I spend about 40 to 35 hours a week in the theater doing, my craft. And I haven't gotten any compensation for it, except the enjoyment that I have done something quite fabulous.